Kim, I got something to say to you.
What is it, Harvey?
What kind of wife are you? You only care about yourself and don't care about me at all.
What are you talking about? I do the housework every day, and I do everything for you, don't I?
You cook bad food, the house is a mess, you were always out of the house. Where exactly are you making an effort?
I don't think I'm a bad cook. Even though I made your favorite hamburger steak for dinner yesterday, who complained without taking a single bite?
Hamburger. Everyone knows that's kids' food. I want to eat fancier dishes.
But you didn't request anything. Besides, it takes time and money to make fancy dishes. I'm trying my best.
The house is dirty, there's dust on the floor, and there are piles of laundry. What do you do all day?
I clean every day, but it's a big house, so it's hard to get everything perfect in one day. There's also a lot of laundry, so I do it in batches.
Besides, you're out all the time. If you were at home, you could do more housework.
When I do go out, it's to buy groceries or run errands for you. You ask me to do something every so often. That's not really called going out, is it?
But still, you need to focus a little more on the home. You're so caught up on outside stuff, you're neglecting our home.
I value our family, but you ask so much of me that it's hard to do everything perfectly.
No, that's just an excuse. You're just not fulfilling your role as a wife.
Can you be more specific about what I need to do to improve? I'm trying, and there's no way I can improve if you just complain.
Talking about improvement won't mean much unless you start noticing and taking action on your own. It's pathetic that you can't move without being told every single time.
It would be easier for me to respond to your requests if you were more specific. I think it's important for us to cooperate with each other to improve our home.
Cooperate? That's not my concern. As long as you do what you have to do, that's all that matters. Hey, are you in your room? Don't you think you should give your husband a warm welcome after a hard day's work? What the hell is wrong with you? Are you home?
Yes, I'm here. If you're home, why don't you talk to me in person instead of by text?
When we meet face to face, you start lecturing again, don't you? You always go into lecture mode the moment I express an opinion. That's always a drag. I come home tired and I don't want to hear a sermon. Anyway, where's my dinner?
What? You said this morning you didn't want any because you'd be home late. I've been planning and acting on that assumption, so it's difficult when there's a sudden change.
You know what? Schedules change. Sudden changes in plans due to work commitments happen all the time. It's the wife's role to be flexible and deal with that. A wife should always be prepared for sudden changes. Just because I said I didn't need it doesn't mean you shouldn't prepare anything at all.
What's that about? I wonder what your criteria even are. I'm busy too, you know. I do housework every day, and I'm doing things for you. You can't expect me to handle spur-of-the-moment things on top of that.
What criteria? That's a given. It's called common sense as a wife.
You never said that before. It's as if you're comparing me to someone else. Is something wrong?
Comparing? What are you talking about?
If you have no idea, then it's no big deal, right? It's just that your recent attitude seems off, so I wondered if someone might be influencing you.
Stop with those insinuating remarks. That's why I was complaining.
I'm saying it's okay if you have no idea. If you have nothing to hide, there's no need to keep bringing it up, right?
No, I didn't mean that.
This conversation is going nowhere. And I didn't make dinner, but I have some leftover stew in the freezer that you can defrost and eat. Your favorite stew.
Okay.
It's late. Dad just got home, didn't he? What's he doing here this late? He's too selfish, always complaining. Oh, Heather, you're still up? Yeah. He was demanding his dinner. What? Didn't he say he didn't want it before he left this morning? Mom, you've been acting on that assumption all this time after hearing that. It's not nice to be told something different all of a sudden. He said that, despite what he said, a wife should always have something ready. He said I should always be prepared for changes in plans and be ready to respond at any time. What a misguided and mistaken view of marriage. I can't believe there are really people who say things like that nowadays. You did nothing wrong. Even though you bust your butt doing chores every day, comments like that would still get to you. It's okay. Your father's probably tired, and you should be a little more understanding. He's still your father, so I want him to rest well when he comes home. But his unreasonable demands are troubling. I'm on your side, Mom. Dad's arguments are unreasonable, and I can't tolerate his constant complaining when you work so hard. Heather? I'm not clueless, Mom. I know why he comes home late and why he's acting strangely towards you. What do you mean? Dad has been acting strange lately, hasn't he? He's coming home late and acting cold towards you. I notice these things. I can't stand to see you going through such a hard time alone. Oh, I'm sorry. I was hoping that I could keep things the way they are, at least until you graduate from high school. I didn't want to tell you about your dad. Don't worry about it. I'm an adult now and I am aware of things. I mean, I already have a job lined up after graduation, and I'm ready to support you. What? Only 2 months left until graduation. I can help you with whatever you need. I'll help you, Mom, so that you don't have to face this alone. I'm always grateful to you, Mom. Well, thank you. If you say so, then I guess I'll be okay. Let's think about the future together. Dad? Where are you? Are you at work? Something terrible has happened. Please, call me back. Did you see the missed calls on your phone? It's urgent news from Mom. It's about Mom's emergency. Answer it. Mom has been urgently transported to a hospital. When I came home after my high school graduation ceremony, Mom had collapsed and was unconscious. She was taken away in an ambulance, but she hasn't regained consciousness. I know you and Mom are discussing divorce, but right now, you're still husband and wife. Please, come quickly to a hospital. Dad, why aren't you answering? Why are you being so irresponsible at such an important time? Do you know how scared I was when Mom collapsed? I couldn't do anything but call an ambulance. You understand how serious this is for Mom. This is when our family should support each other. So why aren't you answering the phone? Mom's life is at stake. There's nothing more important than this, right? Dad, what are you really doing? Don't tell me you're with someone else. I don't want to think about this now, but I can't believe this. I'm so worried about Mom, but you're not doing anything. I've told you that Mom is at a hospital. If you don't do something about this, I won't forgive you. Why are you so cold when Mom is suffering so much? I really don't know what to do anymore.
Monique, sorry for taking so long to contact you. But I've got great news that will make it worth the wait. Good fortune has come our way. The heavens are on our side. Good news. My wife is in critical condition. Now I can marry you. She won't do anything until we fully compensate her. She said she wouldn't divorce me, but I ignored her. I went home to find the divorce papers that my wife was supposed to have and smuggled them. It took me a little while to find it, but now it's clear. If I'm going to get a divorce, it's now or never. I'll never get a chance like this again. It's like I'm finally free. Now we can get married, gorgeous. I can't wait for my new life with you, Monique. Let's be happy. I'm going to submit this to the courthouse first thing in the morning. Let's hurry up and finish the formalities and get it all over with. This will really make everything go away. And tomorrow, let's register our marriage, Monique. After we're done with that, we can spend some quality time in our new home. I'm looking forward to our life together, Monique. Monique, I'm so sorry. The divorce papers, the entries were incomplete. When I tried to submit it, there was a blank space where my wife should have written. I heard that if I fill in the form without her consent, I'd get in trouble with the law. I really don't want to enter into marriage with you while carrying guilt. I'm sorry. Can you wait a bit longer? Monique, what are you mad about? You haven't replied to any of my good news messages. What's wrong? I thought you were going to be happy. Did I do something to make you angry? Maybe I upset you about the divorce papers. I'm sorry. I never thought that my wife, who supposedly wants a divorce, would leave the divorce papers incomplete and neglected like that. But then again, it's a good thing she's unconscious, isn't it? I guess I'll have to wake her up quickly and get her to fill them out while she's still groggy. We've got a baby on the way, so I'd like to do something about it as soon as possible.
Oh, your baby? You mean Monique's child?
Heather, why are you here?
Dad, cheating on your wife is really disgusting.
What are you doing here?
You've been sending me a series of disgusting messages meant for Monique since Mom went to the hospital. All the messages to Monique went to me.
What?
Monique Henderson is 25 years old and your subordinate at work, right? I'm Heather, which is close to Henderson.
Am I chatting with Heather now?
You're just realizing it now? You're so dense you don't notice that you've already missent so many times.
Your icons are similar, but different.
You have misdirected messages to me several times in the past. That's how I found out about your affair.
What? Seriously?
You're an old man about to turn 51 years old. You're grossing me out. Aren't you ashamed of having an affair at your age?
Hey, is that how you talk to your father?
You're really finished as a human being, calling Mom's medical emergency a good news, and using this opportunity to get a divorce? I can't believe you're my father.
You can't talk to me like this.
You cheated on Mom and betrayed us.
Heather, I think you'd better take my side. Your mother works only part-time. From a financial standpoint, it makes more sense for me to have custody of you since I have a stable income as a full-time employee. We can't live together, though. I can at least rent a place for you to live alone and pay your rent. How does that sound?
Don't you know the law?
What? What are you talking about?
The age of adulthood is 18. Custody only involves children below 18. So I am no longer subject to custody.
Oh, that's right.
Besides, I already have a job lined up.
Huh?
I told the company about my parents' situation, and they agreed to put me in company housing with Mom.
Huh?
So, I don't need a creepy old man to take care of me.
But Mom is unconscious, right? You don't mind being all alone?
What are you talking about? I see. You didn't get a call from anyone. She's already conscious.
Oh.
The emotional damage and stress have really piled up. She felt dizzy, stumbled, hit her head, and passed out. In the end, she needed a few stitches on her head, but today's test results show that there likely won't be any lasting effects. Now it's just a matter of waiting for her to recover.
I see. If she wakes up, I'll have to ask her to fill in the blanks on the divorce papers.
Just so you know before you rush over, Dad, they won't let you into the ward.
Why not?
Besides, take a good look at those divorce papers. It's not the original. It's a copy.
What? Oh, really?
Also, you haven't been in touch with Monique for the past 10 days, right?
Wait, you know something?
It's a report from the detective agency Mom hired. It turns out that she has another man besides you.
What?
When I pointed this out to her through her lawyer, her parents agreed to pay the full amount of alimony. She agreed to break up with you.
What? Well, then the baby...
I don't know the details, but I don't think the baby is yours.
Huh?
Let's see. She said from the beginning, it was supposed to be an agreement of a casual relationship with no strings attached.
Huh?
I initially told him we should end our relationship because I got pregnant with my other boyfriend. I was shocked when he suddenly brought up the idea of getting married. Then his wife found out, and now I'm stuck paying damages. Because of all this, I got dumped by my boyfriend too. So now I'm going to be a single mother, which is such a hassle. She vented to her lawyer who handled the case.
No way. Is that what happened? Please, tell me it's a lie.
I can't believe you said that to me. Oh, that's right. A message from Mom.
What is it?
I don't want to get back together with you, and please apologize for causing all this trouble. Get on with it and pay your alimony, and get me a divorce as soon as possible.
Huh?
I agree with Mom. Let Mom go as soon as possible.
Heather, oh no.
So you're going to call me stubborn, huh?
You don't have to say it like that.
Don't accuse me after causing this mess yourself. Bye.
Kim, are you feeling okay? I've been worried about you for a long time.
Too late for that. Did you really come all this way just to say that? If you were worried about my health, why didn't you call me earlier?
No, I was really worried about you, but I couldn't get there right away because of things going on at work. I couldn't stop thinking about you.
If you were worried about me, you should have come sooner.
Heather said terrible things to me. She treated me like garbage. You're the only one who can help me now, Kim.
Heather said terrible things to you? It's probably because you let her down. Don't you think you deserved it?
You're the only person I can count on to be on my side. So let's start over. You and me, we'll build a family again.
On your side? I'm on your side? That's a very convenient way of putting it. Our relationship broke down because of your behavior.
Don't say that, Kim. What would I do without you? You're the only one who can help me.
Help? I'm not going to help you anymore. You're already in the past for me.
Don't be so cold. I'm really sorry. I want to start over with you and Heather.
Sorry? It's too late for anything you say now to matter.
Kim, please. Please start over with me. I need you.
Need? I'm nothing but a convenience to you. I don't trust you anymore.
Don't say that. I really love you.
You love me? If that's true, why didn't you take action before our relationship fell apart? It's too late. I don't want to be around you any longer. I have my own life. You and I are going our separate ways.
Don't say that, Kim.
Goodbye. Afterward, my father tried to contact us multiple times. He became persistent, and it was really bothersome for us. At first, we ignored him, but eventually, it got unbearable. We reached out to my paternal grandfather, asking him to intervene. Without delay, my grandfather took action. He sternly reprimanded my father, who was then forcibly sent back to the countryside. Back there, under my grandfather's strict supervision, he leads a restricted life and works tirelessly. My grandfather is old-fashioned and doesn't tolerate any form of coddling. My father now works as a farmer in an old house in the countryside. He works from early in the morning until late at night, and his body is a wreck. The carefree life he used to lead is completely gone. Knowing the dismal outcome of the man who caused so much grief to my mother, I feel a sense of justice served. My mother and I started a new life together. Her health has recovered, and she's in good spirits. I am also enjoying working with my new colleagues at my job. I'm determined to repay my mother for everything she's done for me.
Hey, Becca, guess what? I took a vacation. Now we can go out with the kids during summer vacation. You're happy? You should thank me. Whoa, what's up all of a sudden? You're at work, right? Aren't you supposed to be working? I mean, when does the vacation start? A week long starting from tomorrow. Tomorrow? The kids are having summer vacation, right? I did my best to take days off. Starting tomorrow? That's too soon. What's with that reaction? Your husband took a vacation for the kids. You're supposed to be happy. I am, but it's too sudden. I have to work. What's the point of you taking days off without me? Can you go out with the kids by yourself? Of course I can. That's rude. I took a vacation for you, and why aren't you happy? Rather, you're like upset. Are you unsatisfied with me making my family happy? If you're going to take a vacation, you should tell me or make a plan first. I'm saying it's too sudden. I can't take a vacation in such short notice. What's with all your complaining? I'm trying to be a good father, and you're ruining it. I'm sorry, don't get so mad. My bad. You're right. You took days off for the kids, and even if I'm working, you can still play with the kids. Yeah, I'm pretty good husband. You should be more grateful to me. Yeah. By the way, you have a week off, right? Where are you going to take the kids? Maybe to Fairyland? They're dying to go there. There's no way we're going to a crowded, expensive place like that. It's exhausting and I'll lose all of my bonus I just got. It would ruin my vacation. Then the beach? No way. I hate the ocean. I'm taking the kids to Mom's house. Your mother's house? You're on summer vacation and you're going to stay with your mother for a week? Now I understand why you said you can go out with the kids by yourself. You're planning on having her take care of them. Don't say it's like a bad thing. Mom asked me to bring the kids. I'm sure she misses them. Maybe so, but I'm sorry, but I feel bad for the kids. At least make it a 2-night stay or something and then take them somewhere a bit more fun. What? You think her house is boring? Mom's going to cook a lot for them. You're going to deny that? That's not what I'm saying. I appreciate her kindness too. I know it's important for you to go home, but you have to think about them too. It's summer vacation. I'd like to take them to more other places. That would cost too much money. Besides, Mom's moving in with us from now on. We need to prepare them for that. She can start living with us at the end of summer vacation. Make sure everything's prepared. What? Living together? Wait, I've never heard of that before. It's another favor from my mom. Wait a second. Why would you decide on your own? I can't live with her. What do you mean you can't? We've already decided. Don't complain about husband's decision. What about me and the kids? Why do you always decide on your own? Of course they would agree. You're at home today, right? Make the kids get ready for the trip tomorrow. A trip? I'm sure they'd be happy. Unfortunately, it's the opposite. No one wants to go. What? Why not? They already have plans. They're all upset with you for making such a short notice. Plans? Family comes first. Can't they follow the father's decision? They've got plans with their friends. They've grown up, you know. You can't just make a plan on your own and ask others to follow you. I'm the father and I took a week off for them. I can't believe it. This is what happens when you don't educate them well. I can't believe they've turned into children who don't appreciate their father. Can you please stop blaming others? You're the one who hasn't done anything to the family, and now all of a sudden, you ask them to come with you tomorrow. Of course they won't be happy. You should have cared about your children before complaining, and they are against moving in with your mother. What? They are? They don't like Grandma? I guess not. The kids don't like her very much. They're more against it than the trip. They don't like her at all. Maybe they only see her once in a while and that's why they don't like her. If they live with her, they'll get along. They need to live together to have a good relationship. What are you saying? Everyone in the family is against except you. Okay? No living with your mother. No visits to her house. You seem to be making up your own mind and getting all excited by yourself, but this is what we think. I'm the father. I have the right to make decisions for the family. Anyone who goes against me is not a family. Don't talk like a child. If you can't listen to me, you're not a family. Get out of my house. Anyone who doesn't agree to live with her, get out before I get home from work. Are you serious? You're going to kick the kids out for this? I'm serious. Becca, if you're against living together too, get out. Well, if I do, we're getting divorced. You mean we're getting divorced if I leave? Yes, because I don't want a wife who disagrees with her husband. Want to get divorced? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm leaving. Let's get divorced. Goodbye. What are you talking about, Becca? I was just kidding. I just wanted to show you how serious I was. What? You're taking it seriously? I'm serious. Well then, I'll tell the kids about the divorce, and I'll ask them if they want to move in with their grandma or leave the house. Hey, wait a minute. That was a joke. Getting divorced because my mom is moving in? Can't you see that I really don't want to live with her? What are we going to do about the kids after we divorced? They will be sad if you're gone. About that, they want to come with me. Huh? They do? You mean you're all leaving? Yeah, they don't want to live with their grandma and they don't want to go to their home. They don't want to live with you either, so they want to follow me. Which means you'll have to live with your mother, the two of you. Wait a minute, you're kidding, right? I'm so sick of you asking me to get divorced whenever we disagree. I'm serious, and I think the kids are too. You're the only one who seems to be joking. Why do you refuse to move in with my mom? Isn't it normal to visit your parents during vacation? Don't you guys have any idea how important it is to care your in-laws? I feel sorry for her. She lives alone. Did you forget why your mother is all alone? Huh? What do you mean? It's because she was kicked out by her son and his wife who moved in with her. Your mother was so mean to her son's wife, so they finally kicked her out. Don't exaggerate about it. Mom was just trying to teach her for her sake. I mean, it's so terrible for them to kick her out. Give me a break. You call it teaching when you throw away food she made every time? I think you call it bullying, and she deserves to be kicked out. If you start living with someone like that, you're going to have a hell of a life. Did she really do that? Can you stop underestimating the information network between wives? I know all about what she did to her. By the way, I hear they are going through a divorce right now. What? Divorce? My brother? Your brother seems to be just like you. He took his mother's side and helped her bully his wife. Of course, he should be divorced. I didn't know that was going on. I feel sorry for the kids too. She was so mean to them every time they saw her. I can understand why they don't want to live with her. What? She was mean to them? I don't think she would be mean. Dad, it's me, Paul. I'm using Mom's phone. Paul, you love your grandma, right? You agreed to live with her, don't you? Mom is making you to say no to visit her or live with her, right? No, I don't like Grandma. She always called me ugly. She doesn't like that I look like Mom, and she always gets mad at me when I do something wrong, and she never gives me birthday presents. She never gave you a birthday present? I thought she loved you. We're going with Mom. If you want to live with Grandma, you can live with her together. Bye, Dad. See? Do you understand how they feel? I didn't think you guys would be so against it. I'm sorry I decided to move in with her and go visit her on my own. I won't do it again. It's alright, don't worry about it. We're getting divorced. You can move in with her or visit her, whatever you want. Don't tell me you're divorcing me. I won't decide to live with her without your permission anymore. Just reconsider. Hey, let's talk. I told you, I'm sick of it. People who can't listen to you aren't your family, right? Then we're not a family anymore, so I'm leaving. That was just a joke. I can't live with someone who makes jokes like that. Well then, me and the kids are packing our bags now. Bye. I will take them to my parents' house until the divorce is final. They would be happy to come with me to my parents' house. Are you really leaving? My parents are even taking them to Fairyland on my behalf. They are going to have a blast. I'm glad they're going to have a great summer vacation. Wait, I'm off for a week from tomorrow. I'll take them. No, your mother is waiting for you at home. Have a relaxing week with her. Make sure you tell her we're getting divorced. Bye. On that day, I packed a few things and left the house with the children. My parents were surprised at my divorce, but they were more than happy to see their grandchildren coming to visit. They are all going to visit Fairyland tomorrow. After that, Sam has texted me to apologize, but I ignored him. I also turned in the papers for the divorce, so I'm waiting for his reply. Once the divorce is finalized, I'm planning to go out for lunch with his brother's ex-wife to celebrate our divorce.
Good evening, Emily. Did you finish your work safely today? Hello, Ruth. What's up? Sorry for the sudden message. Actually, I have something important to tell you. Really? What's going on? Well, I have a new boyfriend. Seriously? I didn't know that. That's great. Congratulations. When did you meet him? We only started dating recently. I've been in love with him for quite a while. Finally, I feel happy. I see. You should have told me. I wanted to discuss that with you. Sorry, I just couldn't talk to you about it. What? Why? You can count on me. No, I can't. You'll definitely get angry. Why would I? It's an important matter for you. I wonder what kind of person he is. Well, it's a little hard to say. You know him well. Who is it? Just tell me, okay? I'm curious. Come on, Ruth. It's Adrian. Adrian? Do you mean... You're not dating my boyfriend, are you? It's just a coincidence that your boyfriend has the same name, right? Stop kidding. I'm not kidding. He's your boyfriend, Adrian. Or, to be more precise, he used to be your boyfriend. What? Are you joking? I don't know anything about that. Are you saying that you stole my boyfriend? I'm sorry, but it's not a lie or a joke. It's just how people feel, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm really sorry. I just couldn't tell you. Could you explain to me? I just did that, didn't I? Do you understand what I was trying to tell you? Wait a minute. You said you're dating him, right? And that was before you confessed to me that you love him? That's like saying you're cheating with him. This is too much to bear. I told you, it's a matter of how people feel, so it can't be helped. I think Adrian loves us both. What? I can't believe it. But you don't want Adrian to date both of us, right? We need to solve this problem for our own sake. So, could you break up with him? Hold on a sec. Why should I break up with Adrian? You're the one he was cheating with. Shouldn't you be the one to leave? Because now is the best time for us. We're finally dating each other. Adrian told me that both of you have been together for a long time, and he's bored of you. Since that's the case, I think you should just break up with him and find someone new. Give it up already. That's what he told you? I'm so stunned. Seems that you've crossed the line. How can you steal your friend's boyfriend and be so calm about it? Unbelievable. Have you been planning this all along? Of course I didn't mean it at first. I'm not that kind of a jerk. In fact, it was Adrian who told me that he liked me. That means I was more attractive than you. Adrian approached you? I can't believe it. Even if that story were true, he's my boyfriend. Normally, you're supposed to say no, aren't you? Or maybe you could ask me for some advice at that point. There's no way I could do that. Because Adrian is such a sweet and cool guy. I wanted to date him too. Whenever the three of us go out together, I was so envious when I saw you and Adrian were so friendly with each other. I always wished I had a boyfriend like him. At last, my dream has come true. No, you just stole someone's boyfriend. Isn't that crazy? Why didn't you find yourself a boyfriend instead? You didn't have to go out of your way to get someone else's boyfriend. I'm sorry. I fell in love with Adrian. We're already dating each other. Besides, Adrian and I have no intention of breaking up. So there's no other way but for you to back out. Isn't that a little too selfish? Why do you have to make such a decision on your own? Looks like you can't calm yourself down. I know it can't be helped. So I thought I should just tell you what to do. It's none of your business. I'll think about it myself from now on. I'll talk to Adrian too. You can do whatever you want, but I don't think there's any point in talking to Adrian because he's crazy about me, you know? I hope you don't do anything that could affect my love life. I know you are a kind woman, so I trust you. How can you say that after messing around with other people's boyfriend? You're just like a thief. I don't think talking to you will solve the problem. I don't want to deal with you ever again. Also, please don't talk to me at work. If that's what you want, I don't mind at all. I have other friends, but I can only have one boyfriend. I was filled with anger. I couldn't believe that my friend has taken my boyfriend away from me. And there was no way that they were already dating each other. I had never imagined it at all. I wanted to ask Adrian, but I was sure that no matter how much I asked him, he would take the same attitude as Ruth. In the end, I have lost the will to talk to him. I felt it would be a waste of time to get involved with the unfaithful man any further, so I decided to fade away from him. Long time no see, Emily. We've been seeing each other at work anyway. Is that you, Ruth? What do you want? I'm so relieved to hear from you. Looks like you didn't block me. I don't care about you and Adrian anymore. Blocking both of you won't make any difference. You're so kind to say that. Actually, I have an announcement for you today. What is it this time? We're getting married at last. I see. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. You don't seem too surprised, do you? What an unexpected reaction. You looked so happy at our workplace. Of course, I could imagine what you were up to. I'm not that dull. Is that true? I'm sure that I'm just too happy. I didn't expect you to sense that. So, why are you texting me? I don't need any announcement. Oh, don't say that. You are Adrian's ex-girlfriend. I just thought it would be polite to tell you about our marriage. You just wanted to show off how happy you are. It's so obvious. Looks like you found out about that. But I feel bad about what I did to you. I'm sorry. But we're getting married after 6 months dating. I guess Adrian and I were meant to be together. I guess so. That's great. You're really frustrated, but you're holding back, right? I'm not frustrated. I told you, I don't care about the two of you. So what else do you want from me? Don't act tough. If I were in your shoes, I wouldn't be able to recover in just 6 months. If you feel that way, why are you going out of your way to text me like this? Both of you should just get married quietly. You're such a cruel woman. Please don't be upset. I was just wondering how you would react. I don't have time to deal with you. That's too bad. Well, it was fun to see how frustrated you are. I had a good time, so I don't care anymore. I'm not frustrated. Don't get me wrong. You're so stubborn. Why don't you just be honest and admit it? That's why Adrian dumped you. It's none of your business. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Besides, I'm not trying to be tough because I have no reason to do that. Why are you being so persistent? You're such a pathetic woman, Emily. I don't think so. Anyway, I have a fiancé too. What? Fiancé? That's right. You're lying. It's true. I haven't heard that story. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Why should I tell you? I don't want to ruin my happiness ever again. What's the matter with you? How can you have a fiancé in just 6 months? It's possible. I'm surprised at that too, you know. I wonder what kind of nerd who fell in love with you. Geez, that's rude. It's Christopher. Christopher? The company's most talented worker? That's right. I can't believe it. How can a woman like you go out with someone as charming as Christopher? I didn't know he had such a bad taste in women. You're so rude. I'm a human being too. So when I found out that Adrian was cheating on me, I was shocked to a certain extent. I made a lot of small mistakes at work too. It was Christopher who took care of me. I don't trust you. You planned all of this, didn't you? You're a nasty woman, pretending to be weak to get close to Christopher. Don't you dare insult me like that. It's not like I approached him. You have no right to call me a nasty woman. You were the one who stole my boyfriend away from me, Ruth. Shut up! You knew I liked Christopher, didn't you? Oh, come to think of it, I remember that you were saying how awesome he is to me for a while. You always wear your heart on your sleeve, don't you? Then why are you dating Christopher? Huh? What are you talking about? You were dating Adrian. It is up to me who I want to date. I don't need you to tell me what to do. That's not fair. I'll give Adrian back to you, so you must give Christopher to me. What? Christopher isn't some sort of property. I can't just give him to you. I really don't get it. Besides, it's not up to you to decide. I mean, Christopher refused to date you in the past, right? How did you find out about that? When Christopher started asking me out for dinner in private, we talked about you and your friends. And that's when I heard about that story. But if you can date Christopher, I'm sure that I can date him too. I'm starting to feel more confident. Why you're so confident is a mystery to me. My personality and yours are nothing alike, so it's impossible. But in terms of looks, we can compete with each other. I'm more beautiful than you. Christopher is not the kind of person who judges people only by their looks. If he were the type of person who would just chase a woman so easily, I wouldn't have decided to be engaged to him. I don't like the way you say that. I should have continued to approach Christopher instead of Adrian. Ruth, you're getting married soon, right? That's a rude thing to say to Adrian. You took him away from me and started dating. It doesn't matter. It's not your business anymore. I can't believe you're happier than me. Happiness is different for everyone, and I don't think it's right to compare yourself to someone else. You should be happy since you're getting married. Silence! I'm going to take Christopher away from you. Are you out of your mind? Looks like you never learned from your mistakes. I'm sorry, but that's impossible. I've done it once, so I can do it again for sure. I'm confident. Don't underestimate me. I won't allow you to marry a man with better personality. I don't know why you're so hell-bent on turning me into your enemy, but it's definitely not going to happen this time. Why don't you just act tough while trembling with fear? When I say I'll do something, I'll do it. You'll see. No, you really shouldn't do that because you're wasting your energy. Christopher is reading this message since he's next to me. No kidding! What are you doing? You're a jerk! You can't just show it to him without my permission. Then, can you please stop interrupting our date? What? I was so happy to have a date with him today, but you texted me out of the blue. I was so scared that I asked Christopher to read it together. Then you started to pick a fight with me, then declared that you were going to steal Christopher away from me. We're laughing about it right now. Christopher said that he's scared too. What? Why did you do this to me? I'm so embarrassed. I can't go to work anymore. I didn't do anything. You said it all on your own, didn't you? Oh, and I don't think you know about this, but Christopher and Adrian are friends. I beg your pardon? Who would want their friend to marry a woman who often changes her mind? No way! Christopher just told me that I'll let Adrian know about this. Christopher is such a kind person, isn't he? He said he can't just let his friend end up with a broken heart. You're kidding, right? Don't do that! You'll ruin our marriage! If you're going to get married with such a random feeling, it's better to quit. Wouldn't it be better for both of you? I don't owe Adrian anything, but since he's Christopher's dear friend, I have no choice but to help him. I'm sorry! I got a little carried away. I won't say or do anything like this again, so please forgive me. I don't mind, but since Christopher is mad at you, he might not be able to do it. It's obvious, since you just mocked his friend. Why don't you just explain to Christopher that he misunderstood? I don't want to help you. You stole Adrian from me. I'm sorry, but you have to give up. After knowing all the facts, I hope Adrian will say that he still wants to marry you. Oh no! That's absolutely impossible! Hey, please help me! I want to marry Adrian! As soon as you found out that you couldn't take Christopher from me, you changed your mind again. I feel sorry for Adrian, despite everything that's happened. It's a tragedy that the woman he fell in love with has such a nasty personality. Poor Adrian. I'm sorry! I'm really sorry! I won't do anything to hurt Adrian anymore! Please forgive me! You should say that to Adrian instead of me. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I already invited Adrian to our conversation. What do you mean? It's been a while since I've talked to Adrian, so I'm in a delicate state of mind. But with Christopher here, I think I'll be fine. I can't believe this is happening! I'm sorry that I can't help you. I don't even want to help you. What goes around, comes around. You deserve that.
Please, pick up, Emily. You have to be on my side. We're friends, right?
Of course not. I don't even consider you a friend of mine anymore. Well then, what happens next is between you and Adrian. You should discuss it properly. I don't want you to contact me persistently again. I'm going to block you now. Farewell.
Don't block me! Are you still there? Hey! Reply to me, Emily!
Adrian hurriedly came into the store in frustration. He was so shocked to hear the truth. After he's back home, he spent most of his time resting on his bed. It can't be helped since he has chosen the wrong woman. He deserves that. He apologized to me for what happened in the past. He was happy to hear that I got engaged to Christopher. Ruth's aura of happiness disappeared and she became unhappy all at once. People in the company heard that she is no longer engaged to Adrian. She resigned from her job, perhaps because she couldn't stand hearing the bad rumors about her in the company anymore. Ruth was punished for trying to ruin other people's lives. Me and Christopher are deeply in love with each other, and I'm currently enjoying the happiest time in my whole life. Cecilia, I felt kinda bad, but I saw your payslip. $700 a month? Are you kidding me? What a parasite! Ambrosia, you never learned from your past mistakes. Looks like it's time for you to start bullying me today. What did you say? Are you making fun of me? No, I'm not. I was just telling the truth. Unfortunately, I'm busy right now, so please leave it for later. Bye. Hey, I haven't finished talking to you yet. I told you that I'm busy, didn't I? I don't have time to deal with you, so please make it quick. You really have a nasty way of talking, don't you? Don't talk to me like that. I was just trying to educate you who has no skill of being a good wife. I'm a very kind-hearted person. Are you trying to educate me by disturbing me while I'm busy with work? Yes, indeed. So, you think it's part of your discipline to throw away my personal belongings on a regular basis? Stop kidding me. I did a cleanup for you since you are lazy. I want you to think of me as a hardworking and grateful mother-in-law. I can only say that what you did was extremely annoying. I threw away your balance ball today. You don't use it anyway, do you? What? It's just a waste of space. You haven't lost any weight, right? Oh, I see. So that's what you mean. What are you muttering to yourself? Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, from today, instead of using a balance ball, I should be bouncing on you since you are as fat as a ball. Huh? Surely that would save space, and I'd feel good too. Well, I'm fine with that. That's not what I mean. Are you crazy to come up with such a thing? You're such an incompetent wife. No matter how many times I tell you not to throw away people's things, you never learn. You are definitely more incompetent than me. I beg your pardon? Watch your language, Cecilia. That's not the language you use towards your mother-in-law. I see. Looks like you don't have enough IQ level to understand my words. I got carried away. Sorry about that. You're being rude to me since we started our conversation. I'm sorry. I should have said it nicer. Ambrosia, you shouldn't throw away other people's things. Do you understand? How was that? What a disgusting woman you are. You're such an annoying daughter-in-law. I feel sorry for my son since he has picked the wrong wife. Yeah, whatever. How can you act like that when you make only $700 a month? If you're a good wife, I think you should help out a little more financially. I think I'm much better than you who doesn't even put any money for food or utilities. At least I'm putting in both. I cooperate enough for the family finances. I'm old enough to retire, so it's fine. In your case, now is the time to make money, and you're still in your 20s. You should work more. Don't be so cruel. Oh, did I just hurt your feelings? Then I'll say more. No, that's not what I meant. I think you misunderstood me to begin with. Shut up and listen. People with modest incomes are the trash of society. They are as disgusting as scorch marks on a pot lid. Incompetent, or rather parasitic. They have no reason to exist and live. I can't believe you said that. You are too harsh, you know. I'm a very strict person when it comes to educating a useless wife like you. Do you understand? Understand what? You're so worthless. All you have to do is to be obedient to me. So you want me to be your maid? I'm glad that you finally understood that. You are incompetent, so you have no choice. I see. I won't be at peace if you say I have no choice. You were so irritating. What a silly wife. Are you done bullying me for today? Let's end this now. I've had enough. Don't end it on your own. Sorry, I should have said it nicely. Ambrosia, the fun is over, so go to your room and get some sleep. How dare you make fun of me? It really pisses me off. Anyway, I've got work to do. Don't call it a job when you're just playing with a camera and making a few bucks. You're so cocky. Don't talk to me like that. I work with pride as a photographer. It's a noble profession. Get out of that trashy job since you don't earn enough. It won't do you any good. What did you say? With what my son earns at a prestigious company, both of you should be able to live well enough. Frankly speaking, you're no better than a parasite if you can only earn a very modest income. Ambrosia, there are limits to what you can do. Cecilia, stop talking back to me. If you don't shut up, I won't treat you kindly. I won't tolerate you either if you don't behave yourself as a good wife to my son and do me a favor. You need to work harder. I have warned you. The rest is up to you now. I'll make you kneel in front of me for sure. Remember that. My name is Cecilia. I'm 27 years old and I'm a freelance photographer. I take great satisfaction and pride in my work. My husband, Kenny, is 29 years old. We met when his company asked me to take pictures for their website. We just got married 6 months ago after dating for a year. I had a good relationship with my mother-in-law, Ambrosia, at first. But as soon as she found out that I lost my parents when I was very young and grew up in a foster care after that, she turned into a scary demon. As you can see. So I tried my best to avoid her since a long time ago. But 3 months ago, Ambrosia fell in the yard and sprained her ankle. I decided to move in with her for a limited period of time to take care of her personal needs. Since the sprain has already healed, I can kick her out at any time. She has been alone since she lost her husband a few years ago. I continued to live with her since I thought that she must be lonely. However, I cannot allow her to disrespect my work. I have conveyed my anger to her, but she has not heard me at all. I had managed to put up with her up to this point. But finally, it seems that she has crossed the line. Your dirty underwear is so disgusting. What? I can see them flying out of the window. What do you mean? I'm just literally throwing your underwear out from the window one by one. Excuse me? I can't believe you did that. Please stop acting like a child. It's so fabulous to see underwear raining down on the boardwalk from the 3rd floor of an apartment building. I wonder what the passers-by will think. I'm not kidding. Please pick them up immediately. Stop bullying me.
The neighbor's wife is looking at me. Looks like she was so surprised. I have to tell her that those are my daughter-in-law's dirty underwear.
Ambrosia, what are you doing? If there are people around, go pick them up quickly.
I don't want to. If you want to pick them up, why don't you do it yourself?
I'm an hour's drive away, so I can't do that.
That's too bad. You'll have it all scattered by the time you get back. They are trash.
I locked the bedroom, so how did you open it?
I did it with an electric saw I rented from a store nearby. You deserve that.
Huh? I think you've gone too far with the way you bully me.
Oh, there's a middle-aged overweight man picking at your underwear with a single-minded determination. How pathetic.
Oh no, that's disgusting. Make him stop.
I told you that you should do it by yourself. Why don't you just come home now?
Enough is enough. Do you realize how insane you are?
This is the correct way of education. It's your fault for not listening to me even though you're my son's wife. If you want me to stop, then shut up and be obedient to me.
You're not supposed to do that.
You've already understood who's superior to you, haven't you? From now on, don't disobey me and give me all your salary. Then I'll think about forgiving you.
Huh?
My son's salary is enough to live on. You must give me everything you have, okay? That's the condition for being my son's wife.
I will never obey you.
Then I don't want you to be here.
What?
I don't need a daughter-in-law who can't even make enough money and defies me. Get out of here, parasite.
I think you're the one who must get out of this house.
This is my son's apartment, so it's also my house. You really are a brazen woman, aren't you?
It's also my house since I'm Kenny's wife. We're a married couple.
I'll have my son divorce you and find him a new and more reasonable wife. It was a mistake to let him marry someone like you.
You think he will obey you honestly?
The best woman for a son is his mother. If he had to choose between you and me, he would take me without a second thought. It's obvious.
I guess there's nothing left to talk about with you.
You finally understand your situation, don't you? You should have obeyed me sooner.
Yes, I've decided.
Once you've decided that, please leave as soon as possible. I'll finally feel better too.
Now that it's come to this, I don't intend to get into a long battle.
It's so unfortunate that you're being kicked out without having even a pair of underwear.
Whatever you say, I don't care what happens to you.
When you leave my house, you can go to visit the guy who was collecting your underwear. Hey, Cecilia, where are you?
I just finished work. I'm on my way home. What's wrong?
Just come home and unlock the house.
Why should I do that?
I just got back from a spa trip and the house is locked. Maybe my key is broken?
I don't think so. House keys don't get damaged that often.
Then why can't I use it to open the house?
Looks like you're not very perceptive. It's because the lock has been changed.
Changed? What do you mean?
Didn't you think it was strange that I gave you a free trip without warning? You've been bullying me all the time and there's no way I would treat you nicely after what you did to me.
I thought that free trip was your way of saying that you're sorry for troubling me all the time.
I don't feel sorry for you. I mean, why should I? I've done nothing wrong.
What on earth is going on?
You really are dull. It means that me and Kenny have moved out while you were enjoying the spa. That's why the real estate agent changed the lock.
I did tell you to leave, but that was just you. Why has my son gone too?
You said to me that the parasite who can only earn $700 a month should leave.
That's right. I took a good look at the paycheck and was shocked at how little you earn.
That was Kenny's paycheck.
Huh? It can't be true. Don't lie to me. I won't forgive you if you make fun of my son.
I put a copy of the paycheck into your travel bag. Please, check it now.
What? I didn't look in here at all because I don't use that part of the bag, but... Oh no! There's a piece of paper in there. You can't just sneak something into someone's bag. That's what the thief does.
Check the name on the paycheck and amount.
It's my son's name, and the amount is $700.
See, I didn't lie to you. Now you believe me, don't you?
Tell me why. It can't be true. Kenny said that he works for a prestigious company. How can he have such a low salary?
My husband quit his job right after we got married.
Why?
Shortly before we got married, he was transferred to a very busy department. His health was ruined because he had to do a lot of overtime work. Didn't you notice that?
Come to think of it, he told me some time ago that he was transferred to a department. He said that he was exhausted.
I couldn't stand to see him losing weight every time I saw him. I told him that I'll do my best to be the breadwinner of the family, so he could become a stay-at-home husband and take a good rest. I didn't care about what people would think about us.
Really?
My work as a photographer had taken off, and I had enough to spare. I thought I could support him somehow.
But I never saw my son doing the housework. You're the one who always cooks. You cook awful food anyway.
It's none of your business. Kenny said that he feels sorry if he ended up being a stay-at-home husband, so he decided to start working. I can't force him to do all the housework, so I help him with cooking.
Are you saying that he does the laundry and cleaning too?
Yes, that's right. My husband works from noon, so he does it in the morning.
Is that so? I didn't notice it at all because he sleeps until afternoon every day.
You often watch TV until midnight, eat snacks, and sleep like a baby right after that. That's why you ended up looking like a balance ball. That's not good for your health.
Shut up! I don't need you to tell me what to do.
So we left the house together after you declared that Kenny is incompetent. You even called him a parasite.
I was wrong about that. Please, come back.
What do you want me to do? The contract for that apartment has been terminated. You were the one who told us to leave, weren't you?
Are you trying to bully me by changing the lock?
Why would me and Kenny go to the trouble of continuing to rent the apartment after we have moved out? It's a waste of money.
No way. Are you telling me that no matter how hard I try, I can't get into the house?
On the contrary, if you stay there too long, the real estate agent might report you to the police for trespassing.
Oh no! What should I do?
Your belongings are in a rental storage room. It's unlocked, so why don't you take those and go back to your house? You can still live well enough on your own.
I can't!
Why not?
I sold my house!
I told you I was only going to live with you for a limited time, but it looks like you had no intention of leaving. You lied to me.
I was planning to stick with you guys all the time and live a comfortable life. I'm too old to live alone.
Is that what you were thinking? I'm glad I got out of there. Why don't you use the money from selling your house to rent an apartment?
That was in a bad location, and the land was only worth a couple of $100. I gave the house away for free because it wasn't managed properly. What am I gonna do now?
I don't know. That's the price you must pay for being lazy.
If I don't do something, I'll end up living in a rental storage room. How pitiful of me.
Unfortunately, that won't be possible since the lease for the rental storage room will be terminated soon.
That's terrible! Don't be so harsh on me.
I warned you, didn't I? You didn't listen to me. So it's your own fault.
I'm sorry I treated you badly, so please forgive me.
Your apologies are as annoying as a littered cigarette. You've never considered my feelings, even once.
I'm sorry. I'll help you with the housework and everything from now on.
My husband is perfectly capable of doing the housework, so we're not going to live together with you again.
Don't say that. I'm sure that Kenny will help me.
Kenny said that his mother doesn't need a son whose existence is as meaningless as the scorch stuck to the lid of a pot, so he decided to cut ties with you.
That's not true.
It's too late to say anything now.
I've been calling my son since a while ago, but I can't get through to him at all. Why? I want to talk to him directly.
Kenny said that he blocked your number just now. I'm sorry for you.
I can't believe this is really happening.
I'll block your number too. Well then, goodbye.
I'll give you some snacks I bought during the trip. They're so delicious. Please don't abandon me.
By the way, the money for repairing the bedroom door, the discarded underwear, and the free trip has been collected from my mother-in-law's savings account. She must have been in such a hurry that she forgot all about the money she had hidden away. I put the remaining money inside the rental warehouse. The rest of the money was only $2. It's only enough to buy a sandwich. She was a terrible mother-in-law. After that, Ambrosia was pestering the neighbors of the apartment building to tell her about where me and my husband live now. After being told that she would be arrested by police, she ran away. She got angry and made a fuss when she tried to check our address at the city hall and was refused. She's so childish. Later then, we found out that since my mother-in-law was a housewife all her life, her monthly pension isn't enough for her to live a decent life. The apartment she rented for herself was a ramshackle building which is as small as a rental storage room. She could not afford to have extravagant meals. She spends most of her time eating vegetables. I think it is good for her since she can lose some weight with that. My husband and I moved to a distant place. Recently, my husband has taken up cooking and my share of the household chores has dropped to almost zero. I'm very happy every day when I go out to take pictures since I have my husband's home-cooked lunchbox with me.
Natalie, you are a housewife and the eldest son's wife. It's only natural that you should take care of your brother-in-law. You definitely can do it, right? Huh? Why are you talking about that out of the blue? I've been taking care of a 38-years-old jobless son for a year. Oh, I see. It must have been tough for you. Next time, you're the one who's going to take care of that boy. I beg your pardon? Are you telling me that he'll move in with us? Yes, that's what I've been telling you since a while ago. I thought you understood about that. Morel, please don't get so excited. First, I have to talk to my husband Felix. Have you told him? Why do I have to call Felix? I'm sure he'll understand if I tell you, won't he? Don't be so silly and just let his younger brother Derrick move in with you quickly. I heard that Derrick is suffering from depression, isn't he? So what? Is that a problem? If that's the case, it's even more difficult to take care of him at our house. You are just a housewife, so you have plenty of time. All you have to do is take care of him. I have 2 sons who are still in middle school. I don't want to take on the responsibility of taking care of Derrick without thinking. Please give me some time to consider. You and Felix have been forcing me to take care of Derrick until now. This time, it's your turn to take care of him. He's your son, isn't he? Besides, you told us that you just want us to help him financially. That's why we've been sending money to you every month. Even if you gave me money, it wouldn't heal my heartache. You're a stupid wife if you can't even realize that. You should have known a little better. I understand that you've been through a hard time with Derrick. Then why don't we have a family meeting? We don't know how much assistance Derrick needs. I don't think we should take on a case when we don't know anything about his current health condition. He's a 38-years-old shut-in, but he can talk. You can have a discussion with Felix about that because I don't want to get involved. How irresponsible. Anyway, how long has he been taking his medications? I don't know anything about that. In my opinion, depression is just an indulgence. You don't need any treatment for that. You're wrong, Morel. Depression is a mental illness. Without proper treatment, it can lead to the worst case scenario. Please don't be too harsh on Derrick. You're so annoying. I was just trying to tell you the truth. Derrick is too old to get married, so that's why he's taking advantage of me by pretending to be sick. I regret that. I gave birth to a worthless son like him. Please don't say that. Derrick is your own son. Anyway, it's been decided that you and Felix are going to take care of Derrick. I'm counting on both of you. Hold on a sec. You can't just decide like that. I could have kicked him out of my house right away, but I held out for a year. I've done my job as a mother. Derrick is your family too, so you better do your duty together with Felix. Oh dear. My name is Natalie and I am a 42-year-old housewife. I've been married for 20 years to my husband Felix, who is the same age as me, and we have 2 kids in middle school. I spend every day in a flurry of activities while raising our 2 children. My father-in-law passed away a few years ago. Felix's brother Derrick has never lived alone. He still lives with his 67-year-old mother at home. I heard that he is a shut-in. To be honest, I was surprised at the sudden allegation from Morel, but I thought it would not be good to ignore Derrick since he's suffering from depression. I hurriedly talked to my husband about it. We were discussing about what we should do next time. 2 days later, something unexpected arrived at our house. Morel, looks like Derrick's personal belongings were sent to our house, and we had to pay for the delivery cost too. I'm glad it arrived safely. He doesn't have much stuff, so I didn't hire the movers. I sent it to you by courier, so please pay the delivery cost. Me and Felix haven't decided whether we will take care of Derrick or not. We are still discussing about the plan, so nothing has been decided yet. I've been waiting for some days, but you didn't reply to me. That's why I just decided to have Derrick's stuff delivered to your house. It's only been 2 days since the last time you called. We can't come to a conclusion so soon. 2 days is more than enough to have a discussion and decide something. It's impossible. We need to do some preparations in advance. I'm busy with the sale of my house and other things. I don't want to wait any longer. Just take care of Derrick, okay? I'm counting on you guys. You're selling the house? I didn't know that. We seriously need to think about the preparations. Have you told Felix? Of course not. I inherited the house, so I'm the owner. Why should I tell Felix that I've decided to sell the house? Selling a house is an important matter. I think it's better to discuss such things beforehand. We are family after all. I have my own reasons, so stop bothering me. Is something wrong? Feel free to talk to me if you want to. Actually, I'm going to start investing. Isn't that great? Investment? That's quite a sudden announcement. Why did you suddenly decide that? I became friends with an investor at a coffee shop I often visit. Did that person encourage you to start investing? Yes, that's right. He's a very kind person. I learned a lot about investing from him. He told me that I'm talented. That's when I decided to become a devoted investor. What? Isn't that suspicious? That's not true. Don't talk nonsense. He actually earns more than $1,000 every month and has a house overseas. Besides, he even showed me pictures of his mansion, so he's definitely a millionaire. Honestly, I find that a little hard to believe. I mean, it's just too suspicious. But what does that have to do with selling the house? I need more money to fund my investments because the inheritance from my husband has run out. Derrick's savings are gone and he's unemployed. The only way to make money was to sell the house. I'm going to use a lot of money for this investment. Wait a minute, did you use Derrick's savings? He lost his income when he became unemployed, right? Of course I used it. Are you kidding me? What are you going to do from now on? If you sell the house, you won't have a place to live. How are you going to live? That person also owns an apartment building. I heard he has a spare room, so that's where I'm going to live. Living in a huge apartment was my dream, and it has come true. Geez, there are so many things I want to complain about. Can you hold the house sale for now? Why? It's my house. Besides, it's my life, so let me do what I want. It's none of your business. I understand what you're saying, but you're making too many arbitrary decisions. For example, is Derrick's luggages. I don't think it's right for you to send them to me without discussing in advance. Isn't that too insane? I've been taking care of a middle-aged shut-in for a year, remember? Don't you think it's about time for me to be free? I wonder why you have no compassion for me. But before Derrick became depressed, he was working and he also paid for your expenses, right? Why don't you take good care of Derrick this time? It is a filial piety for a child to take care of his parents. On the contrary, Derrick was depending on me since he became a shut-in. It's unacceptable. Why don't we get together and have a family meeting? We don't want the burden to fall solely on you, Morel. I'm worried about your house too. I think this is a problem that we all need to think about and solve together. I want to be a full-fledged investor as soon as possible. I even borrowed money to achieve that goal. I can't just sit around and do nothing because I have to pay it back, right? Seriously? I can't believe you did that. I borrowed some money so that I can start investing. How much? About $10,000. Really? That's a lot of money. If you start investing seriously, you can pay this back in no time. That's not true. Let's discuss this as soon as possible. If we don't, we'll be in trouble. You're overreacting. If I don't become an investor in the first place, you'll be in trouble too. Why do you think so? Because you're the guarantor for the debt. Huh? I don't remember giving you any permission to turn me as your guarantor. I filled out the form myself. I prepared everything perfectly. I'm really a smart woman, don't you think so? I don't think you're allowed to do such thing. I did it anyway. Amazing, isn't it? I don't think so. Anyway, if you stop me from becoming an investor, I'll never be able to repay my debt. As my guarantor, you will be in trouble, right? Using someone's name without permission is a crime. You'll get arrested. Even if you say such a thing now, it's too late. I can't change the fact that you're my guarantor. That's too selfish. If you have time to complain, why don't you shut up and take care of Derrick? Well then, goodbye. Natalie, things have changed. Leave that middle-aged shut-in alone and take care of me from today. Hello, Morel. It's been a month since the last time we spoke. I'll be living with you guys from now on, so please keep that in mind. I don't like it when you say that so suddenly. You always decide things so sudden. We're family. There's nothing wrong with that. You must take good care of your mother-in-law. Stop kidding me. We don't have enough capacity to take care of you. What are you talking about? You're my son's wife, so it's only natural that you should take care of his brother too. I'm better than Derrick, right? If it's too hard for you guys to take care of him, then just abandon him right away. It's better than taking care of an old lady like you. What did you say? How dare you talk to me like that? I'm sorry, I was just being honest. You're a terrible daughter-in-law. I was just trying to tell you the fact. It can't be helped, right? What are you talking about? Derrick is a 38-year-old middle-aged shut-in who doesn't work and stays at home all the time. It's much better for you to take care of me instead. For your information, Derrick is working. What? He doesn't live together with me and Felix at our house. He lives alone now. There's no need for me and Felix to take care of him. You must be kidding. That's not what I heard. I haven't heard anything from you since the last time we talked, so it's natural that you didn't know. Explain to me, what on earth is going on? First of all, Derrick has ADHD. What language is that? Don't use abbreviations. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. It's a disease caused by an inborn error in brain development. Don't say random things. When I gave birth to him, the doctor never mentioned anything like that to me. When Derrick was born, ADHD wasn't a common thing, so I think he wasn't diagnosed properly. Then why now? Derrick is already 38 years old. I had to learn more about Derrick's depression, so we went to the hospital together. At that time, they recommended an examination. As a result, he was diagnosed with ADHD. So what? The cause of his depression was ADHD. I don't get it. ADHD causes a lot of common mistakes at work, interpersonal problems, and so on. In addition, you treated him so badly that he was stressed out and ended up with depression. Hold it right there. You make it sound like it's all my fault. I'm not the one who should be blamed here. You kept calling Derrick a failure and told him every day that he couldn't do anything by himself, didn't you? I was just trying to be honest with him. But because of that, he couldn't decide to live alone and ended up living together with you. I also heard that you took all of his salary. I'd lose my mind too if I had to live like that. I feel sorry for Derrick. I was using his salary to pay for our living expenses. It's obvious, isn't it? I let him live in my house and I fed him too. You only gave him bread and water every day, but you went to eat out at a restaurant with Derrick's money most of the time. Isn't that too much? That's not true. If he didn't like to eat only bread, he should have cooked by himself. You didn't allow him to do that, did you? You told him that he would make the kitchen dirty, so he obeyed your order. Because I'm the one who cleans the kitchen all the time. I heard that you outsourced all of the house chores. That's very elegant. Did Derrick tell you that? You hired a housekeeper using your allowance, didn't you? You're not a queen who lives in a castle, Morel. That's fine, since I don't hire the housekeeper every day. I don't think so. Derrick told me that the housekeeper was there every single day. Really? I don't think so. I'm having a difficulty remembering things. Derrick confirmed the housekeeper's name from the service provider. We were also able to check the frequency. If your memory is not clear, I can check it out for you. Why did you do that? You guys are so insidious. In the first place, it was Derrick who made the decision of giving all his salary to me and live together with me. If you have a problem with that, you should talk to Derrick, not me. He wasn't performing well at work, and he was also blamed by you at home. I don't think he was in a normal state of mind. That's why he couldn't think of any other way but to obey you. If that's the case, how did he get back into the workforce? There's no way a company would hire a 38-year-old sick man. Derrick originally had a second job. You didn't know about that? Are you telling me that he has a side job? All of his salary was taken by you, so he's been working at home for some time to earn money. There's no way he can get a good job. A side job doesn't pay that much. Anyways, Derrick was studying computer programming in college, wasn't he? What's that? Derrick told me that he had told you about what he learned at college. You don't remember anything about that? I wasn't interested, so I don't remember. He's your own son. I can't believe you don't know anything about him. Shut up. I have no idea about what computer programming is. Explain to me. It's something you do when you want to create games, apps, websites, and so on. Is he capable of doing that? He always liked working with computers. He said it didn't bother him when he came home from work and did his side jobs. Seems that it's fun for him. I see, so that's why he had savings. As I recall, you entered Derrick's room without permission. You took his bank book, didn't you? That's because I thought he was saving for our living expenses. I think that was the money he earned from his side jobs. Then why did he run out of money? If he was earning money, he should have money deposited regularly. Isn't that strange? Stop talking nonsense. Since he was suffering from depression, he didn't even have the energy to do things he liked to do. It's obvious, isn't it? I kicked him out of my house because I thought that all of his savings were gone. If he could start working again, I shouldn't have let him left the house. Since Derrick is free from your abuse, he has turned his side job into his main job and is currently living a decent life on his own. He seems to be earning more money than before. I'll take care of Derrick then. What? Isn't it hard to take care of a sick person? I will take care of him from now on and I'll live on his earnings too. What are you saying out of the blue? You don't have to do anything, Morel. But Derrick lives alone, right? I'm worried about him. He's 38 years old. I'm sure it's not convenient for him to do everything by himself. I'll take care of his house chores. No way. By the way, we have moved out from our former house, so we are living next to Derrick. We don't need your help. We can handle everything by ourselves. Moved out? What do you mean? We moved to an apartment where we can live next door to each other. Now I work with Felix to check on Derrick. We have a good relationship with each other and sometimes we go out together. We're having a great time. Then I'll live there too. Give me the address. That's enough, you parasitic old hag. How dare you say that? You kicked Derrick out of your house. Do you know where he was found? I told him to go to your house. He was near the mountain. Why did he go to such a place? He was sick after all, wasn't he? He was planning to end his life there. Huh? He didn't want to bother anyone anymore, so he came up with that idea, but someone who happened to be near the mountain helped him. The worst case scenario was averted. I can't believe that really happened. It's my fault for not realizing it before it happened, but you were the one who drove him to that point. Tell me how you feel, Morel. Depression is not a disease. I also took Derrick's salary because I thought that it's a filial piety from him. I just did what was natural. Filial piety is something that children do willingly, not something that parent forces upon them. Wait a minute, I apologize for what happened. So will you let bygones be bygones and help me? You were planning to become a successful investor, right? Why do you need help? You're much richer than us anyway. That guy left me. Are you talking about the person who introduced you to investment? Is that why you're contacting me now? He took the money from my house and ran away. I went to the apartment I was going to live in today and found it empty. What should I do now? I knew it was a scam. It was just too good to be true. What should I do? I even have debts. You are the guarantor, right? You should be the one to pay it. It wasn't my will. You used my name without my permission, so it's not valid. If you don't help me, you'll be in trouble too, okay? If I help you, will you pay off your debt? I'll do all the housework and take care of Derrick too, of course. Then you will have more time to spare, won't you? You can even work and pay off your debts easily. Isn't that good? Are you ordering me to pay off your debts? I put your name on the document. There's nothing you can do to change it. So help me, quickly. Running away won't help at all. It's easy to prove forgery of a guarantor by handwriting analysis. What? I won't let you get away easily, Morel. I don't understand. Even if the demand of the debt repayment comes to us from the finance company, we just have to tell them that my name was used without permission because you forged the document. Are you saying that it's impossible for you to take over my debts? Yes, that's right. Why should I take over your debt? Then at least let me live in your apartment. If you don't want me to live with you, find an empty room somewhere and rent it for me. Please stop being selfish. You need to face the reality. Are you abandoning your mother-in-law? What a cruel woman you are. I won't help you no matter what you say. I've already sold the house and have nowhere to live. I don't have any working experience too. Then I have a job for you. I heard you can work as a janitor at a hotel and live in the dormitory. A janitor? Me? Dormitory? If you don't like it, it's fine. You'll just be homeless. That's disgusting. Then what do you want to do? If you want work, I can send you the URL of the job site. Please do so then. Got it. You need to work hard to pay off your debt. Goodbye. After that, my mother-in-law started working as a live-in part-timer janitor at a hotel. As for the scam, I reported it to the police, but the money was never returned. I think Morel deserved that. Then I heard that she started to suffer from depression because she could not endure the unaccustomed work and life in extreme poverty. Unfortunately, she has no money for treatment. She's struggling to make ends meet. It can't be helped since she was the one who created the trouble. On the other hand, Derrick is finally free from his mother. His stress has also decreased. He is now able to lead a normal life, while devoting himself to his favorite work. He is stepping into a brighter future one step at a time. Recently, he has even started to smile again. The relationship with her family is also good. Although I was surprised at my mother-in-law's selfish demands, we are now living a peaceful life. I'm so relieved.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!